and the longer weekend E1, E3 rides with the hill repeats. Can you do too much E3 and adversely affect the workouts the next day? What ratio of E1 to E3 is correct for these sessions? Really depends on you. Okay, each person's different on how they respond to it, so it's really important to listen to your body. And look, there's no problem with you going out and doing a hard, lots of E3 training on maybe the Saturday, following it up with a ride that's more E1 and a little bit of E3 because you're fatigued. That's great, because what you want to do is the overall training load in that weekend, you want to maximize. If you're, and it's dependent on how you're responding, and also that's dependent on where you are in the program as well. You may be on a big week 3. Week 3 is usually a big week for us, and you may find that you're not able to sustain a lot of E3 because you're quite fatigued because you're in week 3. So it's important to listen to your body and just do as much E3 as you feel you can comfortably maintain. No sense in going out there and absolutely smashing yourself over. If you're still in your build phases, you want to leave that till later on when you're working on your speed, closer to the major events that you're working on. So I hope that answers your question around the balance between E1 and E3. I'm sorry I can't be more quantitative around it, but it's important to understand that a lot of it's got to do with how you're feeling and where you are in your training cycle. So if you feel like you can do more E3, smash it out. If you feel like you're a bit fatigued and you're struggling with it, then no sense in pushing through it, because you're not going to get any results. Your body's telling you to just take that day as a bit of a recovery day. And that applies to all the training that you're doing as well. This whole no pain, no gain, I've got to push through it and smash myself and grind myself into the biggest hole on the planet is very counterproductive to your training. So it's important to make sure that you're listening to yourself, listen to your body, and if you feel fatigued, don't feel like you're copping out. Just go, okay, this today, I've just got to, back it off a little bit. My body's telling me that I just can't go hard. Now, there's a difference between, you may find that you're a bit tired at the start of your ride, and then as you get into your ride, you get a bit of a lift, and then you just start smashing it out. So just before you make that judgment call, make sure that you've actually on your bike, riding it, and out there doing your training session, and try a few E3 efforts and see how you go with it before you make that call around whether you need to do more or less E3 during that session. So I hope that's answered your question.